So I was talking with some older women at my job. We were having a conversation about modern women. We were having a conversation about relationships. And I came to a shocking revelation that because after the conversation was had, it was one of those conversations where you just kind of like, you think about it over and over again. And just from the body language of some of these women, because one woman was actually married and the other woman was in a boyfriend kind of girlfriend kind of thing situation. So I have a question that I want to ask you guys. And after I ask this question, I want you guys to comment your thoughts below. Because I don't think things have changed that much. Now, what is the question that I want to ask you guys? That question is, are women that much different from the past women? Are the ways that modern women are acting right now, are they really that much different than the women of the past and yesteryear? So I'm going to share with you why I think they're not that much different. I'll give you guys specific examples. And I'm going to give you guys some takeaways I had from this conversation with these older women. So before we get into all that, I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe to the video, like the video. If you guys want to support the channel, whatever it's worth to you, whatever amount is worth to you, I appreciate any amount. I appreciate all the ways you can do that in the description below. I'll give you guys a quick second to do all those things. So, as I was talking with these older women, the feminism in them burst out. Because they were asking me if I was, single or married with children. I was like, nah, I'm 25. They're like, oh, you're young. I wouldn't get married unless you're 30 or 40. And I'm like, as a guy, that makes complete sense. But as a woman, they were like, the older woman was like, well, if I could go back and do it again, I probably would have, waited a little bit longer. And I'm just like, this older woman is jealous that the younger women get to go around and have fun, but not knowing that that fun hurts them from maintaining a long-term relationship, like this older woman has been, because she said she's been married since she was 18. So it made me think about this question in this video. And are modern women different? No, I don't think they are. I don't think they are. And I'm going to give you guys some examples. So if you guys have heard about the flappers, I think these were women in the 20s, the roaring 20s. These were women, because back then, you guys have to realize, the women weren't exposing themselves. Back in the 20s, if a woman showed her calf muscle, that was like, oh my God. If she showed her thigh muscle, oh my God, right? And that's what these flappers were doing. These were these women that were exposing their legs a little bit more than usual and dancing in front of men, had the men captivated, right? It's funny because you guys today can literally walk around and see what a woman is packing just because she has tights on. The camel toe, her behind, it's crazy how far society has progressed in 100 years. So you have that. You have, the hippie culture in the 60s. So you thought your grandparents were righteous. Nah, they recently got into Jesus 20 years, 15 years prior in their older age. When they were young, just like you, they were out here in the streets doing all types of drugs, having sex all over the place. Then you have the brothel chicks. The brothel chicks, those have been around for ages. The same thing with the oldest profession, that's ever been created. Prostitution. So these things have been going on for forever. So, and plus, you guys are going to be like, well, prostitutes and brothel chicks are different. Well, than like the average woman. Well, that's not actually. There's women that were in brothels that willingly chose and that are happy, content doing that. Let me say it like that. Not all of those women were in those predicaments because they came up with a bad situation family-wise. Some of those women came from good families. They took a wrong turn and ended up right there. Or they're just freaks and they just want to have lots of sex. It is what it is. So what dynamics about relationships that haven't changed, but you think that have changed? You guys think ghosting is real. I mean, ghosting is a new modern thing. Ghosting has always been a thing amongst people in relationships. As a matter of fact, the boomer generation, or the silent generation, really the boom generation. But there were instances where a man would say, hey, I'm going out to get a pack of cigarettes, and he'd never come home. He'd ghost his entire family, walk away from his responsibilities entirely. Same thing with women. They would walk away from their family and simply not come home. Move across the country and then start a whole other family and leave you there with the children. Because back then there wasn't really telephones like that. People weren't walking around with cellular devices. So ghosting isn't a new phenomenon. It's been happening. Lying on paternity. This isn't new either. You heard stories about, Papa's maybe, Mama's baby. The milkman used to come through. The mailman used to come through. Back then, this is what the housewife fell victim to. The lawn care guy, the pool guy that fixed the pool, the milkman, the mailman, the UPS guy. Those women, so you have to understand, the housewife, she gets bored and she wants attention, especially back in the day when the men would work 14-hour days. And so she's at home, she's already cleaned, she's already put the children into bed or they're out doing something. And so she gets attention from these guys. She talks to these guys. And guess what? One thing leads to another. And you think you have a child, and this child is really one of these pool guys, the landscaper guy, the mailman, the milkman, all these different things. So those aren't far-fetched. This isn't different. You guys catch what I'm saying? In today's culture, it's the same thing. You have women that are sexually liberated, having sex all over the place. And so you can be in a relationship and a marriage with this woman, and then she'll cheat, and then, her and that guy went raw. And she'll come back and have sex with you, and she'll think that it's your child. And it's really the other man's child. So, all in all, social media just exposed the problems that were already there in relationships. This is why social media, it didn't really change anything. It just put proof to what was already there. It was putting proof to already the breakdown of the family unit and relationships in the society. That's all it did. So I want you guys to comment your thoughts below about the subject. Do you think women are that different? And after you comment your thoughts, check out this next video on the top left. I'll see you guys in the next one.